Hey, this ain't a drill. Only time I playing is on the field. And when I'm on the field, no, I got mad skills. And you know we bout to eat this a fast meal. Y'all gotta pay for this heat like a gas bill. We keep on coming back, so yeah, they mad still. 716 make them pay me some bad bills. Red, white, and blue like Superman, so you know we eating at the Super Bowl. Kill the competition, set up the funeral. Josh Allen catching all the shots you go for. We callin' blitz. Ready to start, we ain't calling no quits. I'm the #1 draft pick. A lot of y'all talk, but I ain't hearing it. Only listen to Keyshawn and talk about the Bills dominating on the field. All our players got them skills. Buffalo gon' make a kill when we talk about the Bills. Dominating on the field, and our players got them skills. Buffalo gon' make a kill.
What's going on? Welcome back to another live episode of the Postpodiumpodcast, home of the all truth, no sodium takes. I am your co-host Aramis,
and I am back to work on Monday, so it is what I'm a little dark, aren't I?
Yeah. Let me grab that for you.
I mean, I know I'm supposed to be a little chocolatey.
My bad.
But this chocolatey level is not what I'm supposed to be at. 40 keys. So, boom. There we go. That's that milk chocolate. You had me at that Cocoa Brown a minute ago.
Oh, did you say Doodoo Brown?
Cocoa Brown.
Oh, okay. I've been listening to too. I was just about to say I've been listening to too much Luke.
Yeah. They're like, what the hell do we tune into?
Yeah,
we're about to tell you.
I was about to say that's the fullest extent of my droning capabilities.
That's all right. He's lying though.
Let's see who we got in the chat today. Let's just start there. Billy D, what up? Zoomer, what up? Tommy, what up? Bones, what up? Slim Nady in the house. Yeah, Big Papa Bill, what's going on, man?
Ain't seen in a while.
Right.
Sandra, all right. Okay.
Albert's in here. Videsh is in here. Weston, as always. Thank you for showing up,
Albert,
sir.
Albert. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You finally listened to the words of the song. You finally, we've been playing that for like
3 years.
Right. That's the funniest part about this show is people think we so that like our whole like theme song is like the Bills dominating and just shutting people down. Okay. What up, Rev? How you been, man?
Rev, we're good.
Yeah. What up, Laura? Okay.
Laura.
I'm just gonna get this thing started off.
I'm gonna do it again. Laura. I sound like E.T., didn't I? Laura.
Hello, Laura.
My friends just had like the long finger, like you know when they pull up and you late, because I'm always late. There's like all you see is darkness, the door open, and Key's long ass finger doing this. Hold on, don't leave me. I'm coming.
You know that's how he got the bikes to fly too, right? He took his finger right out the. Let me find out. I've been best friends with an alien
for a minute.
This whole time I've been best friends with an alien, and nobody told me. How was your weekend, bro? Let's start there. It was
the weekend. Oh man, the weekend was
kind of
sad,
one,
man. It was sad.
Why you say that?
Because I gotta go back to work today in the morning.
So hard to say goodbye.
Oh man, I was like, but you know what? It was all right. I accidentally fell into my player on hockey on Saturday.
No
and I'm
way.
Like, what took me so long to do this? I tried it years ago, but then Saturday I said, let me cue this back up. Yeah, it was either that or play Madden. I turned Madden on. I couldn't do it. I turned it back off. I put hockey on.
You too. Like it's weird. So I said that I would not buy Madden 26, and I didn't. I did.
It's on that thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So I downloaded it for free, and I started messing around. And I can't get it. Like there's some stuff in the franchise mode that's, this year that's kind of cool, but I still can't get it. I don't know what it is.
I didn't even get that far.
It's just
I toggled. I think I uploaded the roster. I said, that's cool. Next year we go. But yeah.
Listen. Until they bring my creative team back, I'm not gonna be happy. I don't care what they do. Bring the creative team back. Let me sub them out or just add a team to the NFL. Like that would be really cool too. If you could just add a new team to the league, like become a new owner or something like that. I mean, we got all these, expansion games. Like, why not bring an expansion team in there?
Put a what do you call it? A patch? Not a patch. An add-on like in Grand Theft Auto.
That would be dope.
You would never have to buy another game. Grand Theft Auto been milking people for 14 years now. 13 years.
For real. November, what did they say? November?
Yeah, I think Ken said November this year.
Is it November 16th?
Yeah.
Let me see when that thing.
I said, you guys sure this time?
Wait.
I was like, are you sure this time, Ken? Hey, Slim, how you ain't too much to talk about tonight? We got a lot to talk about. We just talked about Luke. We talked about my vacation. We talked about Madden.
It is November 19th. Yep.
November 19th. Okay.
Can't wait.
All right.
Cannot wait.
Okay.
All right. So this is kind of the question I want to start off with, and then we'll that'll expand into some other stuff that we should talk about.
If you guys we're open book today. If you guys want to talk about something, put it in the comments and we'll talk about it. However, when we do the phone lines, we have to stay strict today because I have to go. So we have
7
no
o'clock is the
to you.
cutoff. If you don't call before 7, you ain't getting in.
I gotta go. Rose, I'm gonna need y'all to pay my salary.
Yeah.
We ain't that advanced yet.
Okay, so I'm getting an invite link now, and I'll put that in the chat for everybody so that they can hop in whenever they want until 7 o'clock.
There you go.
Saying it again.
No disrespect. Y'all heard it. Disclaimer. Anybody say those guys they grew too big. They don't care about the small guy. No, I care about my job. Because I'm not a big guy.
So here's
no, Weston, we cannot.
So here's what I want everybody to do real quick. This is how I want to start this conversation off because I think this is gonna become a little bit bigger than even I thought it would become.
Uh-huh.
I want everybody in the chat right now.
You see this?
To what? Yo,
only Nate.
You want
everybody to chat? My bad.
You want to hear something funny? I picked up this dude named Matt when I was working. This was a couple of nights ago, and the reason the name stuck out to me is like his voice sounded exactly like Nico. I was like, "Is that this dude's real name? Is he this guy's been like literally around the corner from me the whole time."
I'm watching you. Dang.
Right. All right. So here's what I want everybody to do real quick, because before I put the link in, because I kind of want to get this rolling.
Yes, sir.
I want everybody in the chat right now to give us a name of a player that you think is the best bet to make the biggest impact as a rookie in 2026.
Bro, I had this on my Rolodex, so it's a good thing. I'm glad. This is gonna be fun.
So while you guys put those names in there, I am going to put the link into the chat so that folks can call in. And while I'm doing that, or as soon as I'm done doing that, I want to take those names and then we'll parse through them. And then I also want to create let's create a poll and let's see, for those of you that don't chime into the chat, if you're, one of those people that kind of likes to be, behind the scenes, just put a number in there. You don't have to say anything. Just you can vote on who you think, we'll come up with, 4 or 5 names and go from there.
No bones. It can't be DJ Moore. Can't happen. It's got to be a rookie.
Yeah, he doesn't count.
Come on now. No bones. We want to play the game correctly.
You tried. He
did.
That was a smooth move. But no dice. All right. Call in link is in. Let me go ahead and pin that. Bam and bam. Okay. All right. Call in link is there. Whatever you want to talk about, we are here for it today. What names do we have in the chat here?
You got Doman. You got Elarms Orr. You have
TJ Parker, Big Shaka
TJ Parker.
Skylar Bill.
Yep. Well, yeah, that one I should have.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I didn't say I should have known. I mean, I'm trying to remember, but that's one that's definitely.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Weston thinks that Brandon Bean is going to be the biggest rookie impact this season.
Weston got copy and paste abilities. Copy paste.
That's what it has to be.
He's I think him and Tommy are in competition over who's the biggest Bean fanboy.
No, I think Weston won.
I think he did. I think we're gonna have to go with whatever Weston says. He's the president now.
I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened. I think Weston is loaded beyond all of our imaginations, and I think he super chatted Tommy like $1,000 before this whole Brandon Bean deal, and that's what turned Tommy into a Bean Island guy.
That is, I think.
I think he just paid him off.
And the funny thing about it is Weston's a Chiefs fan. So, how does that even work?
So
he's so interested in our team.
Yeah, this is the genius of Weston. Weston knows how bad Brandon Bean has been in the first 3 rounds of the draft.
Keep doing it. Keep doing it.
Chicken.
Keep on going.
Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. IGB is in the conversation finally.
That's the one you were waiting on. Now we can continue.
No. I'm just looking for the names that pop up the most. I mean, a lot of people are saying the punter. I'm getting a lot of Kilgore lately. The Bean stole my nickname for Elarm Zor. What did he call him? Oh, Bone stole my nickname. What did he call him?
You must call him No Bones About It. I don't know.
You did.
Knowing Nate is probably like No Bones About It or something. I don't know. Bones. He's gonna call him Bone. I don't know why he would call him Bones. Knowing Nate, it probably is Bones. And Zoomer, did you mean Bell or?
Yeah, because you said Bane. I'm like,
I wish.
I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah.
So Buffalo Bills
for
rookies.
The Bills.
Yeah.
For the Bills. Yeah, rookie for the Bills.
You know what? I'd be happy to see Bane be the biggest impact because everybody talk about how small his arm is or how he's gonna bust because of
yeah.
Do you believe in magic?
No way. Do you really just call the man Eeyore?
Oh yeah, he does. Elarm Zor. Yeah, he does. I forgot about that.
Eeyore as a concept is just Snuffleupagus with a deeper voice.
It is.
It's literally all that.
He's more depressed.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, he does call me Eeyore. I forgot.
All right. Trying
He's
to
been doing all
popularize
this Discord. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
You should know better.
So I will take the names that I saw the most here, and I will put these all in a poll, and let's have a conversation about it, right?
Okay. I'm gonna withhold my judgment until we get this cracking in here. We get the official count. But yeah. So
let me put Bills rookie.
Yeah.
Specify.
So it's gonna be the same concept. 1 for whoever option 1 is, 2 for whoever option 2 is, and make sure you put the numeric value, not the name, because it's not going to register if you don't.
2026. There's my question mark.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
option 1 is going to be
TJ Parker. 2. I guess you can do IGB. Well, how many can we do? 4?
You can do as many as we want.
Okay. We can do Elarm Zor. Kilgore.
Okay.
Bell. Take out IGB then.
Take out IGB.
Yeah, take that one out. Or we could do other if you want to do other here. And I put.
Well, yeah. I'd rather put Bell than as option 2. And take
yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people are going to say Elarm Zor. I think that's.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to say that.
Okay.
So I
just put other.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's funny because I think Elarm Zor, Albert said that he thinks that he has the cleanest shot at starting than anybody, and then a couple other people say Elarm Zor. TJ Parker, I think he had like 1 or 2. We'll just go with that and see what happens. We'll let it rock out.
All right, there it is. The chat. The chat has access to the poll now. Go for it. Let us know what you think. Everybody that's watching right now, we got 44 folks in the house with us.
Just type in the number that corresponds with your. Yeah, see.
Yeah, that's it. Elarm Zor is going to win now. So
that'd be crazy.
So let's start here.
Mm-hmm.
Of the names that you heard, which one immediately hit you? Wow, yeah, you know what? That name, I think that's the guy that's really going to make it. The biggest impact.
You know what's funny about this?
What?
Of the names that are posted, almost all the day, not all the day 3, but the day 3 ones stick out like a sore thumb. Kilgore, Bill, Elarm Zor.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, those are the ones I'm like, yeah, because I can see like I said last, I can see Kilgore taking over the star spot, which would be D. Alford. I can see Elarm Zor getting a start because I don't know if Albert's saying he's just better. I don't think Albert likes Bernard at all, but I think if Bernard gets hurt again, Elarm Zor is the first up. Obviously, it's not going to be Andreessen. Sorry, family Andreessen. And Bill, like I said in the previous show as well, I could see him as a day 1 starter. So for me, what would make me the happiest would probably be Kilgore. That'd probably be the one I'd be the most excited about.
Yeah, when I thought about this question, I had to be difficult like I usually am, and I just had to break it down to who I thought had the best chance to get the most reps on the team. Mm-hmm. And I do think it is Kilgore. I think his size is 6'2", 220, his athleticism, his ability to play the run as well as he does. There's something about his coverage ability I don't like. Mm-hmm. It seems like he reads late, maybe, you know what I'm saying? And maybe being part of a, more of a, read and react defense, or more of like a reactionary defense where you're just kind of seeing and going, right, might play more well to his instincts. He does have good instincts from what I've seen, but I don't know. It's just, there's something about his reaction to, playing man coverage. Zone, he seems to be a little bit better in. Mm-hmm. But I think because of his size, I think D. Alford's going to end up getting injured.
Yeah. And
I think that's where, Kilgore, who might have already been getting reps at that point, would step in and get even more, right, and show his worth, fully at that point. So, yeah, I agree with you. I think Kilgore would be my vote. Is as many people are, that are out there, saying, no, it's Skylar Bill, damn it. And they're like shaking the screen at us right now and saying it's Skylar Bill. Mm-hmm. Again, it's very difficult right now to believe that the Bills are going to, and when I say the Bills, I mean Joe Brady. I don't think Joe Brady wants to move Khalil Shakir out of that slot spot. I think that he'll do some things with motion, but I don't think this will ever be, Khalil Shakir is, playing slot on the right side and then motions to the left side outside or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, for them to say, and for some of the scouts to point out, well, he does have shorter arms. The Bills are very big on size and length and as like body types and all that kind of stuff. So for Shakir to have that kind of deficiency, I do think that matters to the Bills.
It does. It does.
Unfortunately, I think that penalizes.
It does. And Videsh, Kilgore's not old. Kilgore's only 21. He was born in 2005. Yeah, he's be 20. He just turned 21 on the 27th of January. So yeah, he's young. A young boy. Maybe thinking about Ed Kilgore. Ed Kilgore's pretty old. He's up there. Ed, if you're watching, I'm sorry.
So the other names on this list, right? TJ Parker, Elam Zor. TJ Parker, do you have any thoughts on how he gets reps? Because
he's gonna. I see him as a swing edge behind. Yeah. I don't see him pressuring as a starter. I could see a world where if this team progresses the way they do, he'll be a backup next year too if Bradley Chubb's in here, because they keep drafting edges, and I could see them bringing in somebody that happens into a speed rusher that they didn't expect to happen to a speed rusher. Now he's a rotational guy again.
Right.
And now the question is, why? But then they have him as we'll say it's a second rounder. He took a flyer on the second rounder. Fine, but he also happens to be your first pick of the draft. So
exactly.
That's the gotcha.
Yep. I think I'm with you on that. That's kind of what made it hard for me for TJ Parker. Mostly because every other pass rusher on this team has way more experience than he does. Yeah. And when I say way more, I mean at least 2 years of experience ahead of TJ Parker. TJ Parker's coming in as like the last guy on this list. Even though he was drafted where he was drafted and has, the capabilities that he does. Javon Solomon's been at the NFL level. Mike Hoyt's been at the NFL level for 4 or 5 years already. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Like, it's just
uphill climb.
Yeah,
uphill climb. And that's why I really want that Cassius Howard or Mason Thomas, somebody like that, because you have this pipeline. People forgot about Hoyt. People forgot about Chubb. People forgot that it's not a 1-year contract.
Yeah.
So he's here for a while. So get that change of pace guy. But I guess they may want to move on from Chubb after this year. I don't know what the contract is after 2026, but if they can, they might. But I think Parker is going to be fighting for his backup spot for at least a year or two.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, as it stands right now, Elam Zor, TJ Parker, IGB, and Kilgore are the only defensive rookies that are in a second string spot. Elam Zor is behind Dorian Williams. as much as I like Dorian Williams, I think that's a vulnerable spot. Mostly because Dorian Williams has gotten better in pass coverage. But I think if Eli Ramsor can come in and show that he can play the run and cover better, that might be a better look for the Bills and what they want to do. You know what I mean? I heard a video of who's the guy that's always on WGR talking about the Bills?
Which one? Not Trapasso, Joe Marino.
Marino.
Okay.
Heard Marino talking about how, the Bills want to be multiple and do, this is a movement defense.
Mm-hmm.
I think the thing that worries me the most is a lot of what Coach D was saying on Friday. When you have a defense that needs to, do you remember what it was like when who was the offensive coordinator here? I think it was Nate Hackett
under Marone. Yeah.
Do you remember how we talked about that offense and how it was really gimmicky? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I named the guy. Nate couldn't hack it, so yeah.
Right. There were a lot of aspects about that offense that we're trying to line up in different formations and do all these different things on offense.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea behind it is we wanted to never give the defense the same look twice.
Right. Okay,
cool. At the same time, though, how are you executing all of that stuff?
CJ Spiller. That's all the way. CJ Spiller. And that's the answer to everything.
Right. That's that. So the bottom line for me is what worries me. I'm not saying that it's not going to work. Right. And I mean, I guess if I am going to say it, this is the show to say it on. But what worries me about this is maybe prioritizing is not the right word, because I want to make sure I'm being fair to the Bills and giving them a chance to actually go and show something.
Mm-hmm.
But I have concern over the level of commitment to deceit. You get what I'm saying? Because if the mindset is we're going all out to make sure that the offense has no idea what we're doing, even though like we're trying to play based on matchups and we're trying to disguise what we do. If the execution is not there behind the disguise will never matter. Because at the end of the day, it's really going to come down to, okay, you showed us some different stuff, but the guys that are supposed to be, getting coming in as a free rusher, or the guys that are supposed to be blitzing aren't getting home. Well, then that's that like you say, it's the big gotcha because you need corners that can cover long enough for those guys to get home. If for some reason they do get blocked properly, if for some reason the quarterback has watched enough film to know what you're going to do, that stuff matters.
Yeah.
So I just, it's part of the reason why I feel like this rookie class needed to be more high profile, more ready to go guys now.
Yeah.
That way, if what you have doesn't work, you can say, okay, scrap Groot or whoever. It doesn't matter who you are on this defense. You're going into a new scheme. Nobody should be set in stone.
Yeah, I think
bring the rookie in.
I like this comment, Sam. This is a double-edged sword, though. He's a Parker's still a three-down lineman. He's going to take somebody's position. That's cool.
I hope
but
so.
The problem is, now you're tied into Bradley Chubb for 3 years. Now you're tied into Greg Rousseau for 4 years. That's the problem. They're the same. You're taking a position because you have the same skill set, but you're better.
Yeah.
So now the Bills have to explain, why didn't we just trust our board? Why didn't we trust the process and go into the draft to get this guy? They're going to tell you, we didn't know he was going. Of course you didn't know he was going to be there. You didn't, but your intel should tell you he's going to be there at 26, or you don't have the aloofness or the lack of what's the word? Lack of urgency when you don't have a Bradley Chubb sit and wait. Because I have to have TJ Parker because I needed that skill set.
Right.
But now you got two of them. And sure, TJ Parker could take that position. Now we're sitting here and Bills fans are going to ask, well, the ones that really look at it, like, why the hell is Bradley Chubb on the team until 2028 without an out?
Yep.
That's his out in 2028. I mean, next year his dead cap is, what is it, to the tune of, I don't even know. Dead cap next year is $11 million. And then 2028, he has an out of a dead cap of $6 million. So if you go ahead and you say, okay, TJ Parker is better than him, play TJ Parker. Hell yeah. I'm not mad at that. You know, and the thing is, why do we have to combat Bill? What the hell they signed? See, that's one thing where I wouldn't be mad at Bean per se, but I would be like, couldn't we could have did something else, right?
Yeah.
You know, I honestly, right at this point in time, I'm like, what is Von Miller worth? How much does he cost? You know, it's like $5 million. Bring Von in because
he's still on the books.
I know.
He's still on the books.
I know. And the thing is, you bring in that guy that's not over the hill, but he's over the hill. Yeah. And you're going to play 25%. He played 33% last time he played, or 31% last time he was in Buffalo. And he had, 5-6 sacks?
Yes.
Fine. Do that again. Do it again. And then in a 3-4.
We had nobody that had 5 sacks
no,
last season.
Dude, think about him behind Deion Walker. A free rush on Deion Walker's side. Come on.
Yeah, bro.
Because that tackle is going to be split between, should I block big man or old man? Because old man can move and big man can squash me. Who should I block? Then by the time he figures that out, somebody done beat you. You know, the tight end ain't gonna be no threat because he's not fast enough out of the stance. So that's the way I look at it. Javon Solomon, how do we use him? And see, I saw what you said in the Discord. He said, I trust cover one and how they explain the defense a little better than you got. Fine, but I have the weeds. I didn't want to bore people with mint tights, mint spread, mint speed, mint flex, mint penny.
You go there for if you want all the technical stuff. That's
right.
Where you
we'll talk later if you want.
Right.
We'll talk. I can break this all down
off the show. I'm not doing that here.
He won't like it. My mama won't like it. I need mama to like it. Okay. But yeah, no, they're that's the thing about, and I'm just joking, Nate. I know how Nate is, so it's nothing to it. But yeah, no, when you're talking about the draft and Kilgore, Kenny, you know, he's got to fight through 4 guys. Why? I mean, you got Hairston, and who people will say he might not even be good enough to start. Okay, that's 1 down. I don't care about D. Alford. I don't care about Hancock. I don't care. As far as I'm concerned, that's a pool of 3.
Yeah.
He's not fighting for a spot. He is one of the spots right now because those guys didn't do anything to earn it yet.
Yep.
And I mean, Benford, say what you want. Like I said, Nate, if you want to talk, we could talk later, but everything they run is a cover 3, cover 6. Usually it all breaks down to a cover 3, cover 6, which is almost like no man. So Benford will be good here, but it just depends on if they want to use him in an expanded role somehow.
Yeah.
You know, that's for his money, for his pedigree, for his name. Now you got to get rid of that number. You know, at this point, he's here to stay. He can't be 47 anymore. It just can't happen.
He's not letting it go.
No, nope. And who was it? Rasul Douglas who said he made fun of it. He said, I can't even get him off that number. It just doesn't make any sense, but I hate it. But he likes it.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird. He does seem like the guy that's just gonna, nope, this is my number. This is what I came in with it. This is I'm not letting it go.
I'm unorthodox. Take me or love it.
Right.
I had Albert, I value your top 3 picks too much. Exactly. You pick Landon, so you don't play him. So you play him. I don't care. You saw something, so try.
I think here's the thing with that. We're both in one, full agreement. Yeah, for sure. We're in full agreement with that. What I've noticed from the communication from Brandon Beane, even Sean McDermott when he was here still, a lot of the culture in this building is we want the players to come in here with a mindset that this is a job for them, not a spot where you've arrived and you're on the scene and you're running. And to some degree, I get the mentality that they want to have in the building. It is a very blue collar mindset. You know, you come in, you earn your keep, you earn your, whatever you get. And, you compete for everything you have. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. But that's not the life that any of these players live for real. Like the players that actually get drafted and make it onto an NFL team and have long careers, those are the guys that were usually spoiled in college.
Yeah.
Most of the time. You have your Christian Benfords, you have, some of these other, but Cole Bishop was a 2nd-round pick. He didn't have it hard in college.
Right.
Right? Like let's be real.
He was taking Dalton Kincaid's lunch money.
You feel me?
Oh, it's Dalton. Yeah.
So, and I'm not saying that we have to cater to that. I'm not saying that we have to rebrand Buffalo as, Miami North or anything like that. Like, I just want to be very, very real and vivid and clear about the NFL culture as a whole. Like, these players worked all their lives to get there, and you want to beat them down even more and put them in a position to have to humble themselves even more. Like, how much more humble could you be than to submit yourself to a draft and then have to wait until day 2 to get drafted?
Right.
How humble do you have to be to that quarterback that didn't even get drafted and he was supposed to go way higher? Right. So, like, there's a lot of humility that they have to endure and go through, even in the college scouting process. When these colleges go out and recruit players, there's players in high school that were told their whole high school career, yo, somebody coming to get you. Somebody going to pick you up. You got this scout at your game. You got that scout at your game. Man, they love they love what you're putting on tape. And then nobody ever talks to them.
Mm-hmm.
They never go anywhere after that. Like, you know how humbling of an experience that is?
Yeah.
Right? And they have to subject themselves to that every single time they step on the field. They're always under the microscope. And then they get to this grandiose stage of the NFL and they can't come in and act like they earned something. Come on now.
Yeah. Most
teams don't act like that. And if you think about it, that's part of the reason that the Bills got rid of Sean McDermott in the first place, because his entire mindset was, you're not finna come in here and show me up, in a sense. Like, your voice is not going to be bigger than mine. Why do you think Shady didn't work out under Sean McDermott? He was there for 1 year. The second year he was asked to take a pay cut, didn't want to do it. What happened? Out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Simple. Right? But, it kind of bothers me that because of that blue collar mindset, we put guys like, Kilgore, who should come in and start over D. Alford, to be completely honest. Like, that's a guy that with his body type and his speed and athleticism, I don't care what he lacks. Let him get coached up and figure it out during the game.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Let that guy develop. You got a guy with the athleticism of Elarms Orr. You let that guy develop.
Yeah, I mean, I think if in the first day, I'm going to use this as an example just because if IGB goes out there first play and he get roasted, like, come on, what did we learn?
Right.
We're going to do this again next week, but what did we learn? That inside technique don't work in the NFL, or those hands don't work in the NFL. You're not as strong as you thought in the NFL, whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. But we're going to go at this next week and see, you tell a person that, you tell a guy that, what's he going to do? He'll play more relaxed. In practice, he's going to be a sponge.
Yep.
Coach believes in me, but guess what? I don't have this short leash because I know I'm good. He knows I'm good. He's trying to make me better.
Yep. My
first year might be a train wreck, and that's the thing, when it comes to Bills fans, when it comes to Pagula, when it comes to even Brandon Beane, when you get guys, you have to invest in these guys, not just draft picks, not just money, but you got to invest time and acceptance, and you got to let them know that I'm here for you. I believe in you, and you don't want these guys to come here and say, okay, you're going to learn from that guy. No, you're going to learn from, IGB. You're going to learn from Chase. Kilgore. You're going to learn from Shakir. You're going to learn from Hunter Renfrow. You're going to learn from, whoever else. We can go down the list, but that's how you learn. You don't learn from the classroom. You learn from the application.
You didn't come on to that Baltimore Ravens defense without Ray Lewis and Ed Reed and Chris McAllister and Suggs and all them boys. Haloti Ngata getting up in your face and saying, rookie, if you don't study your behind off and get it right the first time, we're going to have your tail on the field.
Ray coming up to you with a do-rag on. Thing is hanging down. What's up, boy? I seen you got a stutter step the other day, man. Can't do that no more. Like, what are you talking about? Go watch the film. It's 4 minutes in. How does he know this about me? He's watching himself. Why are you watching me? Watch himself. Because of how good they are. That's how good they are, and they pay attention to detail. And learning that off the field, when it was, who was it? It was Benford. Who did he stay with? Did he stay with Trey White, maybe, when he first came in?
Yes. And
he learned from Trey White. And look what happened.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yep.
You're a seed. We sowed our seed. We watered that seed. We nurtured the seed. Say.
Jordan Poyer playing with Cole
Bishop. We saw, and then halfway through the season, Bishop I got this.
Yep.
Hop on my back. I'm about to go crack this dude's skull. Yep. Watch. Now GJ is like, yo, who's this less than melanated brother?
Right.
Because he don't understand. He learned from somebody with some kind of swagger. I know CJ thought this dude from Utah, he corny, this, that, and third. He ain't no ball player. You saw him play. You know what he does already.
There was a comment here from J Ham I wanted to get to real quick.
Yeah, I had a couple stars. I was rolling, so I didn't want to break stride. But I was starting him. I was letting go. Yeah,
you be saving them like crazy. Dang. Okay, here we go. JM says, I think a lot of the worries because Jim Leonard hasn't spoke since he was hired. A lot of it is speculation at this point, in my opinion. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And I think it's kind of by design that, every team is trying to be secretive and not give too much away. But at some point, something has to be, solidified about your defense, which for a lot of these, insiders that are getting this information on what they think the defense is going to be. Nobody knows for sure. Nobody knows for sure. I mean, I've tried to tap as many people as I can tap to try and find out. Nobody, they're not saying anything about this defense at all. Right?
Anything you get is what Bean tells you.
Right. And so, from that standpoint, I think speculation is interesting, but that's why I brought up the formation that I did last time. And I don't think we quite hit home with the point that we were trying to make by showing that 4-3 under formation. This might not even be a 3-4. Right. The formation that we showed on Friday was a 4-3 under. But if you look at the positions that were listed, it was one tech, defensive end, defensive
tackle.
Yeah, defensive tackle. They had a
weak side
linebacker, and they had a strong side linebacker on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
They had a middle linebacker, and then they had a weak, weak side middle.
A strong weak side middle and the middle.
Now it was kind of a base formation, so there was no nickel there, but still, that's still a 4-3, right? In a sense. And one of the things that I think works to the benefit of the talent that we have here right now is Chubb played in a 4-3 in college. So if he needed to revert back and forth, he absolutely could.
TJ Parker did. Yep.
Right. TJ Parker did. So you got two guys right off the bat that are rushers that have done both and can do both. Right. Rousseau's really going to be the only odd dude out.
He's the one that can do. Yeah, he can do both. But
right.
Yeah.
But because he's moved around so much on the defensive line in college, that adds value to his ability to kind of play outside and stand up and, do all that stuff. He did a lot of stand up in college too.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I don't think his ability to get off the ball, quick enough or whatever from a 2-point stance I don't think it's going to suffer at all.
No, he's better than a 2-point, way better than 2-point. So, yeah, I mean, I know from experience, I wish I could have wrestled in 2-point stance, but our defense wasn't conducive to that. But, if we would have ran some sort of tight scheme, like you said, with what you have, I could see the Zane Durant pick making some kind of sense in the tight speed and also tight flex. You'll see Ed Oliver and Durant inside.
Yeah. And
that's going to wreak some serious havoc for some guards. I mean, one of them's going to get double teamed, the other one's going to get the quarterback. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear, Ed Oliver created Zane Durant. Durant creates it. They can have a nice little play. I think that defensive tackle room is one of the most intriguing rooms on this defense right now.
Yeah. Listen, one of the things that I like about the idea of a 4-3 under is you really only, and we went through this already, we only have one guy on this team that we believe can play the one tech, right? But with that being said, if you have a guy like Deion Walker lined up next to an Oliver, because of his size alone in that formation, where you have 4 down linemen, essentially, you can kind of get away with Deion Walker not playing the traditional one tech responsibilities.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because both him and Oliver have the ability to split double teams, have the ability to, jump around blocks and stuff like the quickness is there where you're kind of screwed no matter which player you double team. Right. So I do really, really like the possibilities that exist with having both guys. That's
the gamesmanship of it all, because even when you had Daquan Jones, when you had Jordan Phillips, when you had Vernon Butler and Quentin Jefferson, none of them proved that they could get to the quarterback block one-on-one.
Right.
Deion Walker has already shown he's a menace. Ed Oliver has shown he's known in the league as a menace. Team, believe it or not, Buffalo Bills fans are one of the harder hardest critics of Ed Oliver. Players are like, yo, this dude's a menace. We need to know where he is. Like, he's tough to block. I've heard it numerous times by other offensive linemen. But, to your point now, I think if we get away from, he's making this kind of money, he's got to be able to do that. He was drafted here, he's got to do that. If you look at the productivity that the defensive line should have, defensive line-wise, we haven't had that in forever. When's the last time we've had a defensive line that actually got to the quarterback, was hitting the quarterback on a natural, on a normal basis, getting the quarterback off his spot, getting him into, to run with relative consistency, knock him off his base, make him uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that this defense will do. Albert said, I really don't see a world where Kilgore is not a free safety. He's a glue guy at South Carolina. That's where a hole needs to be filled. I think CJ GJ did that, though. I think he filled that free safety. Now, going forward, I just think that Kilgore being that slot at South Carolina, I think that going to bode true for what we really think about D. Alford. I don't think D. Alford is as safe as people think he is to start.
I agree.
Yeah, I think people, they see he came in from another team. They played him 3 years, and to me, it doesn't really make a big difference. You said it too. He's not a first 3 pick, but I still think that rule applies for him. His skill set dictates he gets on the field. He's tough in the pass game. He's tough in the run game. He's a glue guy, like you said. And I think that the Bills value that. I think they value his captaincy. They value what he's seen on the field in the what was that, ACC, SEC? Yeah. So, I mean, I don't see a world where CJ GJ loses that free safety spot. Mostly, that's kind of where I'm going with it.
Yeah, to me, Kilgore gives off Derwin James vibes, and I don't say that lightly. I think the body type, when you watch him play, he looks like a bigger, maybe slightly, less athletic than Derwin, because Derwin James' athleticism is just insane, right? But I see a lot of Derwin James when I watch some of the plays that Kilgore makes, both in the run game and the pass game. When you have a guy that is that big that can move as a safety and or probably be more nickel corner or dime safety, either or, and a linebacker, like that's a huge deal in the NFL. And to look. If you think that that's a far-fetched, expectation of a player, go look at what the Rams did with 3 safeties last year. I mean, who else is doing it? Washington is doing it. They had 3. They were trying to play with 3 safeties. I mean, where did Cameron Curl go? Did Cameron Curl? Yeah, Cameron Curl was with the Rams last year. Yeah, so the Rams did it. The Eagles did it with Cooper DeJean, who's a bigger corner. I think Cooper DeJean is like 6'2", 200 pounds or something like that. Mm-hmm. They ran a similar system. So a lot of these teams that are making it to Super Bowls and really good on defense, they're going with that nickel corner that's really a linebacker / safety type of guy. Yeah, you have to have that. It's part of the reason why I think you and I, namely me, complained about being stuck in the nickel when all these teams figured out we could just run up the middle or run at Taron Johnson. Like, those are the 2 options that we only have to worry about. We don't have to try and run around you. We don't have to try anything else. The 2 weaknesses that you have, you're unwilling to fix. So we'll just take advantage of them. Right. You know?
You're running base nickel against the 13. Like, the Jets, like, are you serious right now? Oh well.
Right, we'll take it. If that's what you want to do, we will absolutely take it.
Are we seeing what we think we're seeing? I can't believe this, but that really happened. Let's see. Do we think the run game will take a hit this year? I personally do not at all. I believe in the principles that after you just said we don't know what Jim Leonard's going to do. I really believe in the principles that he's done to point. And I don't see why he would stop it. I know everybody knows the defensive coordinator de facto in Denver was Vance Joseph. However, it was the same concept. They ran a little more 2-4-5 than Leonard would like, but the fact still remains. It's the same concept, same principles, same alignments. We're actually bigger up front than they were in Denver last year. So no, I don't see a reason why the defense should take a hit in the run game.
I'm trying not to sound hyperbolic when I say this, but I think I would be surprised if the run defense was better.
Really?
The reason for that is the thing that made the Bills' run defense better last year was a downhill attacking linebacker with a tough mentality. And I'm talking about Shaq Thompson, right? You can have, bigger defensive tackles in there, and that makes somewhat of a difference, except for the fact that Deion Walker's mindset is to split and jump around blocks as opposed to taking them on, displacing the blocker or pushing the blocker into the gap to stop the runner. So it really comes down to the second level defenders plugging gaps and making sure that nobody's getting through. And that's how the run defense got better last year.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, I think the team that we have now is, until they allow Kilgore to play significant snaps, I think it's going to be about the same, because you're still going to have Deion Walker and Ed Oliver most of the time in the middle, and they're still going to play with the same mindset. One of them is going to get double teamed. The other one is trying to jump around blocks and trying to get to the backfield and make the play. And it's still going to come down to those second level defenders having to plug gaps and stick their nose in there and make the play.
Yeah.
And right now, Dorian Williams is the only guy that has shown that he can play the run well and doesn't have to blitz in order to be effective against the run. No disrespect to Terrell Bernard, but that's just not his game.
It's true. And that's the thing. If you can't turn Deion Walker into a two-gapper, which I don't think they can,
no,
that's the thing.
He doesn't want to.
I don't think he has the capability of doing it. I
not his body type.
Albert, back me up on it. Right. Yeah, he's too high. Back me up, Albert.
Here's the other thing that nobody talks about with that. For those people that are saying play nose tackle, how do you think his back got hurt? He had a crack in his spine.
Yes, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and you want this guy to play against, double teams the whole rest of his, time here? Like, he's going to be done in a year and a half.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I mean, I'm not going to come at his core strength or whatever the case may be, because I don't know what it is. But yeah, that nose tackle double team two gapping is a whole different monster. That's why Dexter Lawrence made his money. That's everybody's talking about he's out of shape. No, that's exactly what you want. You like a bowling ball, and the bald head, it fills the ensemble perfectly because it's just round. And that's what you want. I think if the Bills can get Zion, if they get their heads at their own butt and put Zion Logue in the middle, you'll see a difference, because that's all he did. Two gap. Like we said, it's not a size thing. People look at size like, oh yeah, no. Unless you're Samoan.
He got that tree trunk, man.
Unless you're Samoan, in which case, I was gonna let it ride.
I don't think there's people out there that would let me ride.
They might not. If you said it twice, it's a problem. But yeah, I think a Samoan can do anything and then some. So you could put a Samoan free safety in the middle and he'd be fine. But outside of that, Zion Logue has to be the starting nose right now. DJ Reader came into Buffalo supposedly. We heard nothing ever since.
I think he's just on the short list.
Yeah. He's like, how much money I got left? I got to see. Let's see.
See, look, J-Ham got me. He said, pause. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm dead to rights.
Tibonius Lex. He said, apparently Vaughn said he would love to come back to Buffalo, so they need to make something happen. Because if we're not going to do Solomon.
You want to come out of retirement?
Who's that?
Vaughn.
He wanted to come back to Buffalo.
He played in Washington last year, right?
Yep. I mean, he knows he would get some kind of money, and he knows he wouldn't play that much unless he gets the Anquan Bolden treatment, in which case. Hey, come on in. We got 4 guys ahead of you. Oh, yeah, I'm coming over. Then they fire all of them. Like, dang. That was tough.
Rousseau's hurt. Vaughn, we're gonna need you to we're gonna need you to play some more snaps.
Say what? I gotta go ahead.
I can't. My pectoral.
DeSoto's calling me. I gotta go back to DeSoto. I forgot to do something. I left a light on at DeSoto, so I gotta get over there. I gotta get back out. I'll be back though. He never comes back.
left the light on at DeSoto.
I gotta go turn. I forgot. I can't leave it on. Albert always hurts me with these things.
What did he say?
He said, "By the way, guys, Devin Lloyd's contract is the same as Chubb's. It is."
Oh God! Why?
I looked it up. I was like, "That can't be right." It is. It is. It's
the
true.
best linebacker in free agency available this year, and we gave the same contract to a guy who's what, 4 years older than the kid?
3. Yep.
3.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Yep. It's true. I had to verify. I had to fact check. I was like, that can't be. There's no way. Like the Bills wouldn't do that. The Bills would not. And let's see, Vine. Yeah, actually, that could be it too. Vine said he wanted to be a GM, and him and Bean, Bean was showing him things. I thought about that. Bean was showing him things. Hey, come on in, be the GM on the field, Bill Russell style.
Ain't no way Vaughn gonna become a GM before Terry Gray. There's no way. There's no way. No way. Nah. I can't see it.
Nah. You say Vaughn just wants those numbers to pad his stat. I don't care. Pat him here. Pat him in Buffalo. Do your worst.
Yeah. Give me the 5 sacks, man. I mean, what the highest sack total we had last year was what, 4? Or was it 4.5? I think Rousseau had 4.5 and Bosa had 4.
It was ugly. Let me see.
Ugly is right.
It was very ugly. I'm gonna pull it up to tell you who the top 5 were last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna do this thing. We're gonna do
it. You're right. You're right, Jay Ham. He never said he's retiring. I get it.
Yeah, he just doesn't have a team right now, which is fine. Right. He's gonna be all mad with the great background.
Okay, I like this. I personally don't believe in 2-gapping. Hot take. But when you 2-gap, you allow the offense to dictate what you do. I can't jump/predict anything because half your responsibility could go wrong. I see your point. I do see your point. In order for you to be a true traditional 2-gapper, you have to invite the double team.
You're lining up to take a double team.
Yeah.
I mean, you're giving yourself up, really. That's all it is. And to Albert's point, I mean, it's I believe in it, but it's for the same reason why he said he doesn't like it. Because the 2-gap takes up 2 gaps. If you're good at it, you're standing in 1 gap and you're pushing the offensive player into the other gap. You're manning 2 gaps at a time. But you have to have active hands, your feet got to be piston foot, and you got to be free. So, in other words, you can't invite them to your chest as a defense, as a nose tackle. You have to control them.
Yep.
If you don't control them, you can't control them with pad height, with things of that nature, then you're going to lose. And it's not a 2-gap. If you do it correctly, your linebackers have carte blanche, your edges have carte blanche, at least one of them.
Which is why you do it.
Right. So, I mean, I see the purpose for it because, yeah, I'm giving it away. But that's the virtue of a 3-4. When you're a 0 tech, when you're a 1 tech especially, you're pretty much a 2-gap.
Yep.
And that's why nobody expects these little guys to be defensive ends in a 3-4. Nobody said, Nick Benito and Van Ginkel, you guys are defensive ends. No, because they're way too small.
Right.
Why? Because their value is rushing the passer. Your front 3 of the guys to stop the run, in theory.
Mm-hmm.
So, could they give you something in the sack? But yeah, but that's why I say when Ed Oliver gives you 5, 6, 7 sacks, it sucks. No, he's not supposed to do that. It's not designed for that.
Right.
That's just an added bonus. And to your point, last year, our highest sack man was Greg Rousseau at 7, and then Joey Bosa at 5. And after that, Matt Milano with 3.5, Daquan Jones with 3, Ed Oliver with 3, AJ Vanessa with 2.5, and Cole Bishop with 2. So yeah, it was feast or famine last year with the defensive line.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Vine had Jay Hammer, he had 8. We're talking about 5 when he was with us last year. With us last time. Last year he did have 8. We know.
So I'm looking at
Sam, I'm gonna hold you to it because you're high on Parker, and I'm not saying I'm not high on Parker. I'm just saying Chubb to Parker ratio is a little suspect to me.
Chubb to Parker ratio. Let me see here. Okay. It did dip for a little bit. Okay. So what I'm looking at now is the rushing yardage totals by year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In 2017, 18, and 19, there was I I guess you can count 2015 and 2015 and 2016 as well. So there was a span of time from 2015 to 2019 where the rushing totals kind of dipped, right? And by dip, not much. Adrian Peterson in 2015 was the league leader with 1,485 yards. Ezekiel Elliott had 1,631 yards in 2016. Kareem Hunt led the league in the NFL in rushing with 1,327 yards for Kansas City in 2017. In 2018, Ezekiel Elliott led the league in rushing yards with 1,434 yards. And then Derrick Henry in 2019 led the league in rushing totals with 1,540 yards. Like, that's the last 5 years in the NFL. Here's your rushing totals. James Cook, 1621. Saquon Barkley, 2005. Christian McCaffrey on a down year, 1459. Josh Jacobs, 1653. Jonathan Taylor, 1811. Derrick Henry in 2020, 2027. Folks, the reason I brought this up, before this dip in rushing totals, you had 2014 DeMarco Murray, 1845. LaShawn McCoy, 2013, 1607. Adrian Peterson, 2012, 2097. Maurice Jones-Drew, 2011, 1606. Arian Foster, 2010, 1,616 yards. Chris Johnson in 2009, 2,006 yards. Adrian Peterson in 2008, 1,760 yards. Rushing was big until it wasn't. It went away from 2015 to 2019, right? Which is really when the Bills passing game started to, boom and blow up, right? That's when everybody was throwing the ball all over the yard. The NFL was exciting and it was sexy and all that kind of stuff. Receivers had a boom in their salaries, everything, right? Now the run is starting to come back, and we're starting to see those league leaders in rushing totals start to rise again. Okay. This is all the ebb and flow that we've talked about before of the NFL changing and adapting, the give and the take of the pass game and the run game, and how defenses are adjusting and adapting to what the majority of NFL teams are doing. I think the reason why most teams are saying, well, you don't need a traditional one tech to stop the run anymore is because most teams are not focusing that hard on the run.
Yeah.
But the last 2 years, you've seen a running back go in the top 10, right? So what does that tell you? These teams are starting to bring the run game back. They're starting to invest in it heavily. They're starting to prioritize and pay the position to make sure that they have a guy there that they can sustain with and win with, and control the game with. So this is not, I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't want the Bills to be one of those teams that thinks that because it's not the majority right now that it won't eventually come and bite them. In the same way that they thought, get us out of the nickel then if you want us to change it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like you're just not going to be able to pass on us until Patrick Mahomes does it in the playoffs every year. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to be ahead of the curve, but truly ahead of the curve, not just believing that I am.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why these rushing totals paint that picture for me of, yeah, you may not need a true one tech now. Yeah, you may not need the two gap now because there's not a ton of teams that are going to destroy you with the run game, but give it another year or two. Mm-hmm. right? Because the Cardinals, the Raiders, they just jumped onto the boat. The Chiefs just figured out, hey, we need a running back, so they're back on deck with one now. The Baltimore Ravens went and got one. The Bengals are poised to depend on Chase Brown. We just went through the whole list. He's supposed to get plenty of burn in fantasy football, so now he's expected to get numbers. Folks, these running backs are going to start blowing up across the board. They're going to start getting paid. They're going to matter more.
Yeah, and I think to Albert's point, he said I could be wrong. And Nate, I see it. Trust me. I see it.
We got it.
He said I could be wrong, but when the nose tackle is two gap, that usually means the defensive ends are two gap and two. That's what I mean. It can't jump. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. You're right. And when you're talking about the other defensive ends, it's a boring game when you're in a 3-4 as a defensive lineman. It's a very boring game. I saw that firsthand how garbage it was. You have too much of a responsibility. You can guess. You can try to guess where it, but if you guess wrong, that whole defense is shot. But when you're a defensive lineman, the name of the game is to try to occupy as many blockers as possible, so everybody behind you can win. If they win, you win. So you're a consummate team player at that point. So yeah, you're right. No, you're 100% right. Yep. Whitetown Kings, don't let Nate get in on us about you. We got you. Question: are you prepared for the in-game decision-making mistakes from Brady? Can you handle him losing a key game because of his decision? For me, yes, I can. But that goes. I mean, I'd be a hypocrite if I said he's a rookie. He's a rookie, and if I had the same grace for rookies to come back and make it right next time, yes, I definitely can. I know he's going to say something completely opposite, so I'm going to sit back, strapping, and wait for his answer.
I would be completely remiss and a hypocrite if I said that I am not going to bash Brady every time he makes a mistake. I would absolutely be a hypocrite. I've spent all offseason saying why hire Brady, and then for me to just be like, we'll give him time. He's a rookie head coach. We got to let him learn on the job. No.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, I'm that way, but now that he's here, it's like I can't do nothing about it. Yeah. I'm not gonna lose my mind about something. He's our coach. I know. See, the thing is, the fans are like McDermott. They think he's going to be complete opposite of McDermott and hit the ground running and all this stuff. And I look at this guy when I watch him bet it. Beans doing stuff on the phone, and Brady's fan, but he's like,
yeah,
this guy's good.
He's just along for the ride.
Yeah, Pagula's like, what's he doing? He's like, I don't know. Look what he's doing. He's working the phones. And I read the quote. He said, Bean did ultimately this is Bean's decision. He said it. So for him, he's just fanboy and smiling. Who we picking? I don't know. He got it. Whatever. And so now we're here. This is where we are with this. And I know he's our coach. So I'd be wrong if I said the green guy. See, this is another reason why I did not want him to be our coach, because he's familiar. People expect him to know things because he had a key to the door before it doesn't matter.
Right.
This all starts. So I was with you and I was silently pulling my hair out when we hired him. But now that he's here.
Yeah. I think that's a lot of the way that most fans are with this situation. They either love the continuity or the approach is, all right, well, we can't change it, so we might as well just, hope for the best and try to enjoy it. I think if this decision was left to a vote for Buffalo Bills fans, though, I don't think anybody would have picked Brady. No. I really don't. I don't think anybody would have picked Brady. I think everybody would have chosen either the guy from the Jaguars or Brian Daboll, or somebody else that we don't know,
or Kubiak,
or wait for Kubiak. Yep. Like that would have been my decision. Just wait for the guy that's already shown you that he can do it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
And when I thought about Udinski, I was like, okay, if it's not Daboll, it's Udinski, and then Brady. Wait, what? No, wait. We had a can't miss, and you missed.
We already have one of those geniuses in our building. Okay, did we forget? Like, I really want to take like all the clips of Brady's worst decisions in crunch times, like when we were in Baltimore and he called that freaking whatever that trick play was that Sean McDermott called him out for.
Yeah, like
that's not the first time he's done stuff like that over the last 3 years. He's had a few calls like that where it's like, why would you call a trick play in that moment?
Right, and people spin it when Josh Allen said, "What the F are we doing?" Yeah. He's not talking about Sean McDermott.
Exactly, bro.
He's talking about Brady.
Thank you. Like your own quarterback is like what? What?
Yeah.
And I'll put it like this. Those the trick play in Baltimore, some of the play calls, even in the Denver game, even in the Denver game, like getting away from the run when we were beating them with the run, like it wasn't as effective as it had been, against the Jaguars or some of these other teams.
It's effective though,
but it was effective enough to keep them off balance. You don't get away from that. Instead, you put too much of the game onto Josh Allen's shoulders. Not that he can't handle the pressure, but you don't do that unless you absolutely have to.
It becomes predictable.
Right.
Because everybody expects Josh Allen to get the ball in those situations.
Thank you. So what do? You go away from that as much as possible until you see the defense shift. Once you see them shift to, okay, well, we might have to start crowding the line of scrimmage, then you go over the top.
Yep.
But you don't say, all right, it looks like they believe us. We did 5 run plays. It looks like they believe us. Now let's just throw the ball over. We got them now.
They're in cover 6. Let's do it.
You're not seeing any evidence to that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So what it shows is an offensive mind that really likes to attack and really likes to dictate to a defense, but may not necessarily have the level of wisdom and patience necessary to do so at the level of a Kubiak or a Ben Johnson or a Zach Taylor or even the guy in Atlanta that beat us last year. They're off. Is it Zach?
Oh, you talking about Robinson?
Yeah, Zach Robinson. Yeah. Zach Robinson, right? So again, this is not a poo-poo on Brady session.
No.
He's the head coach here. We're gonna believe in him when the ball is put down.
Yep. Hey, that's too soon. Too soon. I don't believe in that yet. Just put the ball down. Nah, I gotta see that. I gotta see that in action.
Get you a whistle, bro.
I gotta see that in action. Nope.
Throw the flag. No,
can't have that.
Red card.
Yep, can't do that one. That's flagrant. Billy D, super chats. Says Watson is free for the cost of some cheeseburgers. What Watson? Deshaun Watson? I don't want him.
No, I think he's talking about the big defensive tackle.
Oh no,
you don't want the big 400-pound guy.
No.
Desmond Watson, ain't it?
Yeah, Desmond Watson. Yeah. No, I forgot about him. No, there's something to him that's just it's not. No.
You wouldn't want to keep him on a practice squad?
I mean, sure. I mean, practice squad fine.
Sure.
But I mean, for the cost of some cheeseburgers, he needs actual cheeseburgers. Yeah. He wants actual cheeseburgers. But no, I saw a guy in Oakland. I forgot his name. Lakey. Of course, he's Samoan. He's like 6'6", 380.
Oh man.
So he don't like Falele. I mean, he's still learning football. He's international. International pathway, whatever that program is.
Okay.
And they're showing him going against the back. Like they have stalwart plans for him to be a one tech, and you can see he already knows the concepts. And when you're that big and that solid put together, this is why I always got the Samoans on the game. This is why. There's no racism. I really want a Samoan on this team.
There's no racial
preferences.
Here.
There's no prejudice.
Yeah.
Just put the guys somewhere we can move people.
There's a reason I pick all these Samoans.
You see why?
They work harder. They're bigger. They're stronger.
Bigger, actually stronger.
They're just better than all of you. Yeah, there's no racism at all.
Not at all. He had no pads on. He's always everything. Everything from his location is. There's none of that. No hateration, holleration. But no.
What does Slim Nady talk about?
TJ Sanders. They want us to talk about CJ.
What about him?
I know why, but no. But I think it's Albert. Somebody in here. It had to be Albert. Let me try to find it. I didn't start because I stupidly thought I was going to get back to it like in time. But he made something to the effect of we traded up.
Get your super chat.
Yeah, we were all over the place. He made something to the extent of, basically costing us two second rounders. We got to figure something out to do with them. And I thought I just had it. No, I didn't. Sorry about that. I know I saw it. If you remember who or what said what about TJ Sanders earlier in the chat, I'm looking for it, but I don't know if I'm going to find it. So I don't want to monopolize your time with it, but it was a good point. Huh?
You remember the gist of it?
Yeah, basically the main crux of it was we have to do something with TJ Sanders because TJ Sanders is basically the cost of 2 second-round draft picks. So having him on the bench and basically being a bust at this point in time it's kind of premature, but it looks like it's trending that way. Which to that I say absolutely trending that way. I do think TJ Sanders is being phased out. Durant kind of was that for me. Picking a Zane Durant right after you pick TJ Sanders, after you pick Deion Walker, that's your 3, and there's one guy that's an odd man out. And Zane Durant looks just like Ed Oliver. They like Ed Oliver. So, I don't see a world where, unlike what we talked about with Kilgore, where he's just one of 3 in a pool. I think he is looking up at the next man. He's not in cut territory, obviously, but I don't think that he's in serious contention to actually see a lot of the field.
Bones, I just saw this. What do you mean, bro? What do you mean? If you wait for Kubiak and he doesn't take the job, and then you could possibly miss out on everybody, though, who's not taking the job to coach Josh Allen?
Well, it's not even that. Even if Kubiak did decide he wanted to go to the Raiders, we didn't Dayball go to Tennessee after they hired Brady?
Yes.
Yeah, he went to Tennessee after this, so he was still there. Brady was still there. Brady he interviewed with the Raiders twice.
Udinski didn't go and interview with anybody else. It was Bills or going back to the Jaguars.
Right.
So he would have still been there. So that's 2 guys right off the bat that would have still been there.
In this instance, yeah. I mean, I get the point in this in just on the basis of the point, but in our instance, we did have 3 guys that were waiting for the job.
Yeah, I just and I'm not saying that this was like the primary foundation of your point, Bones, but when you hint at the mindset, or you include to some degree the mindset of, well, you gotta take the given so that you don't lose the given while chasing the best. You know what I'm saying? Take a bird in the hand is better than 2 in the bush, I think is the saying that people try to use to justify that, right?
Oh, my bad. I was looking at the comment.
Samoan's transition, if you notice. Except for Clayton. Isn't Clayton Samoan?
No.
He's not?
No, he's from Australia.
Oh, he's in Aussie. Okay. All right.
Or no, he's from the UK. London. He's from Britain, from England.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Don't you do that. Don't do that. And if they would have put him on defense, like I said, he'd have been fine. He would have been that defensive end.
True.
I don't know why. Never mind.
100%.
I'm not Jim Leonard. I'm not Brady. I'm not anybody, evidently, because I don't know why somebody looks like that who played rugby should be tackling people.
See, this is what I think too. TJ is trending toward bust, but I hope he can turn it around. Seeing him on tape from last season just get blown up time after time after time. Like his skill set, really and truthfully, he needs to be like, he needs to be a 3-tech somewhere. Yeah. And it can't be against the run. He's too tall and too slender. You know what I'm saying? If he's going to be that tall, then he needs to be like 310, 315. That's the only way he's going to be, it's the only way he's going to have the proper size. Just trying not to hit that AO button. It's the only way he's going to have the proper, and even that's kind of a stretch. Oh, it's the only way he's going to have the proper size to hold his own against these offensive linemen. Again, I forgot who it was that said it in the chat earlier. Like, low man wins. I think it might have been Sam.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Low man wins on the line of scrimmage. So if you cannot get lower than the guy across from you, then you damn sure better have the weight to hold when they get to pushing. Damn it.
Okay, Charles Barkley. God. When you're backing somebody down, they pushing so hard and you roll over and they still on you. Get Charles Barkley.
They coming down on your face,
coming
like
down on you. And Shaq just like, I'm like, just grow up. You're 53 years old.
Oh my gosh. Nah, ain't no getting around that. Ain't no getting around that. Give that boy some ice cream, boys. Bone said.
What if he's lactose intolerant? He'll lose weight. Don't want that.
Yeah. So here's a Michael Bill cracking up. Here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
Have we reached the stage? Have we reached the stage where we have to worry about the age of rookies coming out of college? No, you don't think so?
No, because the only reason I say no is because at this point they're all old. That's the thing; they're all getting old. So it's not like it's one guy that sticks out like a sore thumb. Like I remember when I was.
No, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
That so I guess my concern is, okay, if all of them are coming out older, doesn't that shrink the time span that they have in the NFL? Doesn't that shrink the amount of time that they have at peak performance or peak athleticism?
Mm-hmm.
I know we're starting to see, a growth in older players playing longer. And thanks science for that, for sure, 100%. But that does mean at some point the NFL is going to slow down.
Mm-hmm. If
you have more older players that are playing into their later years and coming into the NFL at 24, 25 years of age, some guys are 26 still in college right now. That's kind of a problem. And the funny part about it is, tell me what you think about this. Owners might like that because it's less money that they have to pay over time for that player. If you're coming in at 24, 25, one contract and you're basically at your 30s.
Pretty much done, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A first round pick, you're 30 before you're seeing your second contract. You're not getting a big bag after that.
Yep.
We got you for your whole the majority of your life's your peak years.
Mm-hmm.
After that, you getting 30-year-old contracts after that.
2-year deals and
Yep. And even with those 30-year-old deals, I mean, you see what Trey Hendrickson got. You saw what Max Crosby got. Like, these are 2-year, 4-year deals. You're not seeing the 7 for 160 and no, now it would be 7 for 200. Somewhere around there. You know what I mean? But you're not seeing the 7-year deals and the that's really only with quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm. And
the only reason they did that with Mahomes and Allen is to spread the money out so that they can pay everybody else on the roster.
Yeah, I mean that's a smart way to do it. He said Bane had gray hair on draft day. I don't think Bane was really that old. I don't remember that one. I don't
tell
remember.
You what, he looked like he was fresh out of a 70s flick.
He was pissed. Did you see him snatch his hat off the table and just go put it on? I just walked off. My man pimped off with the heat. I was like, dang. Whoever hit first with the heat is going to be, they're going to feel it.
Lynn said, Jared, all ads coming.
Basically. And that, and that's the thing, that's what I hate about the NIL. That's what I hate about the transfer portal, because they can't hack it over here. They can go there and try there. And you don't have to settle the year. You just go. I don't like it here. Whatever the case may be, I'm gonna go over here. Like that Chambly, was an Ole Miss quarterback. I forget his name. His first name is Chambliss. He just got approved for a 7th year. I'm like, at this point, it's like, what are we doing? Because they know they're gonna make the money in college.
Yeah.
But they don't make it. And I texted my man. I'm not gonna get you in tizzy. I know how you feel about it. I know. But I texted my man. I saw it on IG. It said, Michigan just won the NCAA men's basketball championship.
Okay.
One of the players on IG agreed to signing back with Michigan for 1 more year. That was the caption. He's agreed to terms to return to Michigan for what? Agreed to terms. What the hell's going on? I've agreed to terms to go back to college.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What the hell's going on?
It's this free agency in college. Yes. I love it. I love it.
And it makes my head hurt. But I'm like, bro, we're doubling down with agreeing to terms to return. Like, I know you'll have me, but if I can't find anything better to do, I'll come back. I don't like my draft position. I'll come back. Like, whatever. But
young entrepreneurs, man, go ahead and get that bag.
But see, that's the thing where we're talking about these old rookies. These old rookies they should come into the league. This is where guys are going to need to transfer. Because if you don't end up in ACC, SEC, or a Big 12, by the time you graduate, you haven't played against men. If you graduate in the MAC or something like that, and you play 5-6 years there, you're going to have a long journey in NFL before you become anybody.
Yeah. Steve agrees with you. Older rookies just means quicker impact, less second contracts, just needs earlier planning for replacement. It's actually great for win now teams with good quarterbacks and good for the cap.
Mm-hmm.
I get that train of thought. Here's where I want to say I disagree. Here's just where I don't know if I can agree with that line of thinking 100%. Yeah, you're getting older rookies in here. Yeah, it's better for the cap. Yeah, you got, guys that are, more prepared for win now. But how are you sure, or how can you be sure that these guys are more win now than what they would have been at 22, 23?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I think, over the last decade, it's been clear. Like there's been a lot more rookies in the first round that are drafted that end up being, high-end contributors for their teams, more than not. The Bills are one of the few teams that draft guys in the first round that don't end up being superstars. Right? And what I think that says about the position that the league is in is these coaches are figuring out how to smooth out the transition from the college game to the NFL game. That's what's best for the NFL game, right? But now if you factor into that, okay, we're trying to smooth things out for the transition from college to the NFL. That doesn't necessarily mean that the guys that you get that are, 24, 25 years old or older, that they're going to be ready, right? Just because they're older doesn't necessarily mean that they're ready. It just means they have a lot more college experience. Mm-hmm. So what that would force me to do in my scouting is, okay, yeah, this guy is a 5th-year senior, or this guy is it's his 7th year or whatever, playing, in college. And we think if we bring him in, we can win now. Okay, well, what if what if the system that he was in made it easy for him to play the college game, and because he was getting paid, he didn't want to go anywhere else? Does that mean that he's a really good bet to come and do the same thing on your team? No. And I'm not saying that NFL teams are going to overlook that kind of stuff, but I just don't want to assume that because players are older, that naturally means or will continue to mean that they'll be, ready day one to come in and contribute. Mm-hmm. It's not going to be the case. It's really not. I mean, the NFL is still trying to smooth out the transitions from the college game to the NFL game. And I think a lot of that is really just due to the stubbornness of some of these coaches. They want to do things their way. They want to do it traditional, old school, and they don't want to make the adjustment. So
yeah. And Spence says, why would the owners care? It's a salary cap, so what's the difference where money goes, whether it's to one player or multiple players? They don't care about that aspect.
Well, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, they don't care about that aspect, but if they're spending a lot of money on players that don't produce immediate dividends, then they're going to have a big issue with that. It doesn't matter. The owner's just going to say, if you got me, we'll say you spent $40 million on Greg Rousseau, we'll say, why did you not spend less than Rousseau and go get TJ Parker and give me 4 guys for the other holes that we have that we haven't filled, or we haphazardly filled, or we filled sloppily. Owners look at those kind of things. I was watching what was it? It was a Instagram clip where Jerry Jones and the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Cleveland Browns GM were talking about a trade. They were talking about a trade on draft day. And GM was like, oh, I want this guy. If this guy is here, they're going to do this and third. Okay. And Jerry Jones is like, the pick is coming up. Hurry up. The pick is coming up. What are you doing? Mm-hmm. Well, offer him a 5th. Give him a 5th. Something. Just make it sweeter. And the Cleveland guy's like, nah, we like the pick we got. We like where we're going with this. And he's like, well, what'll work? What do you need? Because he really wanted something, and that's the high end of an owner. But all owners have a baseline of the way the team looks. Because obviously Terry Pagula is going to be in lockstep with Brandon Beane, because Brandon Beane was the one in his ear the whole year.
Yeah.
He was the one telling him, we're missing this, we're missing that, we're missing Pagula. Oh, okay. So, he leans in on Joe Brady. Who'd he draft? Who's that? That was Beane's pick. Hell yeah. Do it. I love this guy. But that's the slippery slope you get when you're talking about what kind of owner you have and where they want their money. Ralph would have screamed bloody murder regardless. So it just depends on the owner. It really does.
Yeah, it's interesting you brought up Ralph because he was one of the people. There was this link that hang on a second.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make sure I get this right.
Come on now, you ain't 42 yet. Come on.
Yeah, I just want to make sure it came from the person I was thinking of. So there was a link that Schmitty sent me last week,
mm-hmm.
and it was about the book Turf Wars. I think I talked to people about that here on the show before. Turf Wars is a book written by DeMaurice Smith, the guy who used to be the commissioner of the NFL.
Okay.
And the book deals with the collusion scandals and
mm-hmm.
things like that. And one of the things that so this link that Schmitty sent me was from the Pablo Torre Finds Out podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And on that show, they talked about how Jerry Jones had found a way to pay his players, and this is like right after the salary cap was established. The Cowboys, the Saints, and like two other teams still paid their players over the salary cap.
Right. Like
they were like millions of dollars
mm-hmm.
over the salary cap. I think the Saints had the highest one. They were like $50 million over the salary cap they were paying their guys. And the Cowboys were up there too. And when you think about where all of that connects to now, the rookie contracts that we're seeing go in the NFL, there were two that were reported, I think just last week alone, that were fully guaranteed. Two fully guaranteed rookie contracts. I don't remember the players' names, but they were first round picks. Both guys individually got a fully guaranteed contract from their teams, respectively. And when you factor that into the conversation on, salary cap control, contract control, and how collusion factors into that, the Kirk Cousins contract, the Deshaun Watson contract, I think everybody knew after the Deshaun Watson contract that, there were reports about collusion. There's a lawsuit going on right now from DeMaurice Smith against the NFL on collusion during that time. So all of this, the reason I'm kind of stacking all of these pieces onto the table there is to now try and put all that together and make the point that even with these younger players coming into the NFL at the ages that they would be coming in and how that helps the salary cap situation, we're still in an era now where owners care very much about that salary cap. And they're showing you that they care by how they're trying to transition now back to where the best value, the best contract value exists, which is that rookie wage scale. And the thing that I think is getting missed now is when they created the rookie wage scale, it was to get away from paying rookies $60 million up front with no experience and not knowing what you're going to give for that.
Yeah.
That was a bad deal to the owners. Okay. Now you fast forward to this era where free agents are making $50 million a year if you're a pass rusher, $30 million a year if you're a wide receiver. Insane amounts of money to singular positions because of the value and what they contribute to the NFL game. I think owners are looking at that and saying, well, I don't want to continue to shop at that store. That's too expensive.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go back to the rookies, right? And so now you see the guaranteed contracts that the rookies are getting. You see the money invested and the time invested in making sure that they get these first-round picks, second-round picks, third-round picks right and play these guys earlier so that they can pay them less over time, as opposed to the guys that are out there in free agency.
Right.
I don't think it's a mistake that you have all of the big time names that you have out there in free agency right now. If this was 10 years ago, all of those names would have been signed and depended on to make an impact on their on whatever team signed them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And the rookies would have just been left to, hey, you behind this old head. You earn your keep. You behind him now, right?
But Unc over there,
right. But now all the unks is in a section over there on the bench in the park playing chess with each other. Meanwhile, these rookies are being forced to come in. Hey, you got to contribute day one, my dude.
Yep.
Like, it's just what it is. But that's a very interesting dynamic that I think speaks to exactly how much these owners care about the salary cap. If there's any aspect of football that they are going to care about the most, it's how the money is spent.
Yeah. Yeah. And clear it up. Messidor is not 30. He's 25. I'm just laughing at the guy. He's a grandfather. He's got Alzheimer's. Like, dang, he's not even here for this. He just turned 25 in April. So April 5th, a month ago. He just has a old man face, I guess. Yeah, no bonus to the rookies are the unks. Yes. It's turning that way. Let's see. They're masking that injury. Oh, I don't know who they're talking about. Wait, I was listening to Bill's Squad right there. Joe Marino's pumping. Joe Marino's pumped up for IGB. He thinks not only will he replace Harrison, but talking about trading Benford. I think that he has lost his tree.
Yeah.
Both? He can play both sides. I know it's not both.
Yeah,
but
no, he's a boundary corner. Yep. He's a boundary corner. So what that means is whatever side whatever side of the hash the football is placed, that hash is the area that IGB would play in because it's closer to the sideline. That's why they call it
the closest sideline. Yep.
Right. So what that typically means is when you're playing the boundary side, you're almost bringing into the equation of your defense that sideline. Mm-hmm. So that side of the defense is playing technically with an extra defender, and their responsibilities include trying to, if you're a receiver, forcing him out of bounds so that he can't be the first person to touch the ball when he gets back in.
Right.
Like all of that kind of stuff matters for a boundary corner.
And that's what Benford is.
Yes. And so a lot of that has to deal with the corner's ability to cover tight in space. Right now, IGB can be sticky, but again, he's 6'2", and he is on the lighter side, so he has good agility, but usually for corners that tall, their ability to cut and turn or cut on a dime or stick with a guy long term is limited.
Right.
And I think that's why they kind of see IGB as a boundary corner, the same way that Benford is not a guy that can stick in in a receiver's pocket.
They're not put him on field. That's why Max Harrison's speed. I could see even Toriano Pride being that guy because they're sticky. Remember Jabari Greer? That's who Jabari Greer is the kind of guy that just got in your pocket and doing for the ride. And that's what Max Harrison is. Even if he gets burned, he has the speed to catch up and make he actually, once he gets smarter with regards to football, he actually can use his speed to his advantage. Yeah. He can beat quarterbacks very well with his speed. You just got to trust himself and know what the wide receiver is going to do. But yeah, no, I think Joe Marino is I don't really know why he thinks he can play field. IGB. I got to remember IGB.
I am glad that he's thinking about trading Benford, though. I'm not gonna lie.
I know you are, but after just resigning, let's
look at that contract. Let's look at Benford's contract. And look, Benford was a great player in Sean's system. I'm not saying that he can't be good in this new system, but if you're going to do that much disguising and that much focus on fooling the offensive line, I'll put it like this. Your corners are going to be more on an island than they have been in a long time. Mm-hmm. Even with all the zone that you play, it's going to be zone blitz, right? So if you're running zone blitz, which Rex Ryan was really, really good at doing, so I can see why Jim Leonard would want to do that. But even in a zone blitz situation, you're in zone, but you're still on an island.
Right.
You still are responsible for that zone, and there's not anybody that can back you up. Why? Because everybody else is going after the quarterback.
Stuff, yes.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So in this type of system, I guarantee you, I get it. If those of you that need to do your research, do your research. Those of you that want to take my word for it. Those of you who don't believe me, go do your research. Corners in this type of system, even with all the zone that Jim Leonard likes to play, they will be on an island. So it is necessary to have more athletic and faster corners that can cover more space. That's why I worry about Benford. Yeah. As far as Benford's contract, I got it right here. So he is, let's see. So this year he's making $7 million. That's his cap number. Next year he'll be slated to make $19 million. And then 2028, his cap hit will be $20 million. 29, his cap hit will be $20 million. And then he hits a void year in 2030 for $2.4 million. Now,
yeah, see what the escalator. I'll look and see what the escalator is. If they trade him.
Okay, yeah, because I'm looking at the dead money. So his dead money doesn't get friendly until 2028. It's only $10 million. And they would save 9.9.
So if you trade him, we're talking about trading him this year. I don't know if that's what you mean.
No.
Okay. Next year?
Yeah, next year.
Okay. Let me just close that because this year was really ugly. It's trade free. You're incurring a $14.1 million debt, but saving 5.3. So
you're saving how much?
You're saving 5.3 while incurring 14.1 mil. And that puts us at a mighty negative $30 million in the hole next year.
Would you rather pay that or pay him $19 million next year?
Man, don't make me side with Dorothy. Don't make me side with Dorothy.
You want to pay him the $19 million?
I'm fine with Benford. I'm fine with him. I really am. Yeah, I'm fine with Benford.
Wow.
Shame on both of you. Dummy.
No. I just like I get it. I totally get it. Like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm assuming that's what the thought process is. Like if he's not a broke down corner that's getting us killed, then we can focus on other improving other areas of the team.
Yeah, I think he's solid enough. I mean, I know solid enough is it's not the tagline, but then again, people Laura said, "Go Keys!" Yes, but no. I think I keep Benford for what he is. I would love to see him in his defense. If he falls flat on his face as a defense, then okay, we'll talk about it. But I mean, I'm just not interested in 30 mil right now when we actually have a player and we don't have to incur that now.
So, I get what you're saying. I mean,
I know.
So if you go to over the cap and you scroll over to 2027, Bills are already $30 million in the hole. So they'd be 30 plus with an opportunity to either draft another corner or start IGB and then draft another corner.
Draft another corner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Either way, I'm fine. Listen, if it's start IGB and draft another corner, or draft another corner and let IGB and another corner compete for a starting job, whatever the case is, I just want to see. I want to see upgrades or a mentality to continue to upgrade until a position is perfected. Like that's always been my mindset when it comes to this team. The salary cap, if executed effectively, allows you to do what the Chiefs did. It allows you to do what the Eagles did. I can't continue to look at what the Rams do and look at what the Bengals do and look at what the Bengals are one of the cheapest. Their owner's the cheapest owner in the entire NFL. Like he's widely regarded as the cheapest guy in the NFL, but he's got 2 number 1 wide receivers on that team. Right? Like he understands what wins games. It's you got to score points, right? But my point is this: if the mindset is to continue to try and upgrade, you can see that with the Rams, you can see that with the Eagles, you can see that with some of these teams in the NFC that are like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I couldn't see that with IGB's drafting. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I can't see it with that. I'm good with that. Like I said the last show, why should they be safe? Should anybody be safe?
Yeah.
The only reason you don't draft a quarterback or running back is because they can't be beat. Not because I said so, but because they won't let it happen. As far as I'm concerned, Josh and I compete every year. If you want, he's going to win. Right. James Cook compete every year. You're going to win. Shakir, you're going to win.
Yep.
So what's the point? But it's these other positions. And Benford, to me, is one of those guys where trying to find somebody that he won't win against at this point in time and what they ask him to do, which we don't really know what it is. Sure, bringing some, I was even fine with Avion Terrell coming to Buffalo at that point. I was fine with it, because I thought he was a good cornerback. But, I mean, for me, IGB is just too limited in what his skill set is.
Yeah.
He's I won't even go as far as to say he's good at what he's supposed to do because he has to show that. He had 1 year where he corrected a lot of mistakes. Well, the games I saw, he should have got a lot of flags.
Yeah.
Sometimes I saw him pass defenses. Guess where he hit the ball? Off his head. It wasn't. He didn't get his head around. It was a lot of stuff. You look at the numbers, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I see the difference. But then you watch the game, like I don't see the difference.
Right.
Like when I watch the rookie lineman, what's the name? Reed and Bowery. Bowery's gonna need some work, but they're talking about him taking over for Dion. I don't see it. I don't see it at all. I see a guy he's reaching. His hands are outside of his body frame too often. He gets pushed back and then recovers the anchor. But in the NFL, you're not going to have a chance to recover that anchor. He's not nimble enough to me. I think Tylen Grable is better. But on the other hand, Armaz Reed, if you watch his tape, he want to lay somebody down. That's all he wanted. He looks. I saw one play where he was blocking a guy with one arm while he was looking for somebody else, and he went to the second level and pancaked the guy. I mean, that's what I'm talking. That's the aggression I'm talking about.
Yeah. And
I could see him as a guard coming in. If he gets an honest shot at Alec Anderson, at Austin Corbett. Yep. He's a 1 year guys.
Yep.
And this guy, he was a captain. Yeah, I know. He was a rah-rah. He led the charge. A guard leading the huddle. A guard pulling people up and then going on the field and looking for people to put their face in the dirt. Sign me up.
Right.
Sign me the hell up.
Okay, calm down.
I can't.
We need to make sure you
Ruthless
can stand
aggression.
up after the
I know.
show's
I got to
done.
get up. Ruthless aggression.
Oh my gosh! Oh, holy cow! It's 7:16. All right, so everybody knows you can't call in now.
No, so who is it? Sanders like, Key, you got to go. Bless you. I'm like, almost, not yet. Thank you, but you're right. We do tend to start talking and don't stop, and then I'm like,
yeah, we look up and it's time to go. Spin says, when is the last time the Chiefs drafted a superstar outside of McDuffie in the first round?
When were they looking for one? See, the Chiefs are in a position now where they're drafting for a need. They're drafting to upgrade needs. They have Mahomes, they had Kelsey, they had Rashee Rice, they had Worthy, they have, and to some like you're not naming a lot of star players, but I'll take Rashee Rice.
Right.
Don't let him drive or talk to anybody outside of the football field. Just keep your hands to yourself. But I'll take the skill set. I'll take Travis Kelsey. I'll take Pat Mahomes is kind of because we already got a quarterback. But the thing is, these are the players that they have: Leo Chenaults, Boltons, and Chris Jones, and this is what we wanted. They have what we wanted. So now it's like just build around it, and that's what they're doing. Yep. They're building around it with quality players.
Yep. I mean, to be honest, it doesn't have to be like I wasn't using the Chiefs individually. I also used, trying to like fight off a sneeze and talk at the same time.
Don't do it, brother. Let it go. Let it fly.
I hate this. It's like whenever the seasons are changing, like I just get this hay fever stuff until it's like definitively summertime.
In Buffalo, you never know when that is.
Yeah, I know. It's like hot, cold. Today it was 74 degrees. Tomorrow it's going to be 50. What the hell is going on in this?
Daisy Dukes and Uggs. And that's me, not the girl.
I was just going to say that. It's for guys, not girls. Unbelievable. You're going to a bad place for that. I don't even know what I'm saying. Oh, yeah. So it like realistically, when I'm thinking of first round picks, I'm thinking about the Eagles. I'm thinking about the Rams. I'm thinking about give me somebody else. I mean, I like a lot of the guys that the Bengals have drafted in the first round. I mean, they've had some really good drafts the last few years and built that team out to be I'm telling you, watch that team this year. Excuse me, they're going to be very good. Yeah. Another team that drafts that has drafted well the last few years. It doesn't seem like it, but the Chargers have got their act together, and I think a lot of it was coaching and putting those players in the right position. The running back that they got was a huge get for their game. The investments on the offensive line, when those guys are healthy, are dominant. So, and then the Broncos, of course. I mean, the Broncos continue to develop. Like, that's, I think, the biggest part of why I get so upset at, when we don't make moves to win now is, and I've said this before, I'll say it again. We've been in a position already where the Bills were at their peak, and it was us, the Chiefs, the Bengals, to a smaller degree, and the Ravens. Like, it was us and nobody else in the AFC. Now it's the Broncos. Now it's the Chargers. Now it's the Jaguars. Now it's, you know what I mean? Like, the Bengals are coming back. The Ravens are still there. The Chiefs are coming back. Who else? Did I mention the Chargers?
Mm-hmm.
Jaguars. Who else? The Texans. The Texans have been there the entire time. The Patriots came back while you were sleeping. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what, 8 teams?
Yeah. That's
8 teams you got to compete with now, where it used to be 3.
In a given year.
Right.
In a given year.
So, this mentality of, we'll just keep kicking at the door. Okay, well, by the time you get to the place where you're good enough to kick at the door that you should have kicked open 4 years ago, there's going to be 5, 6, 7 more teams in the way that might trip you up along that way.
Mm-hmm.
So, you'll be ready to kick the 2020 door in. Yeah, you'll be ready to kick the 2021 door in, or the 2024 door, when you were in an AFC championship game. But what about the 2026 door, the 27, the 28, the 29? Like, the teams that are going to be there, are you going to be ready to beat them as they arrive? Right. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think that there's enough of a focus on that aspect of the future. It's so much of what the Bills do is self-scouting in the offseason. What did we do bad last year? Okay, let's fix that. Well, by the time you fix that, teams have already figured out another way to attack you.
Right.
It's not about fixing what you did wrong last year. And what clashes with that is how Sean McDermott used to talk about, and Brandon Beane still says this. It's a new team every season. Well, if it's a new team every season, then stop trying to fix what you did wrong last year.
Mm-hmm.
Because you use the justification of IGB's draft status and being drafted here in the second round. Because, well, if you look at last year and why we lost the playoff game, stop trying to fix that playoff game.
Yeah. It was Dane Jackson. Who brought him here?
Yeah.
It was who didn't have foresight. Who didn't know you needed more cornerbacks? Who didn't know you needed more safeties than DeMar Hamlin and whoever the hell else we had? Who didn't know that? You go into the season with MJ Devonshire. You go into the season with Kyle Allen, and then what happens? Something happens to Josh, finally. Not saying that I'm wishing it, but finally. You're writing 8 years of history to say he'll never get hurt. What happens if he does?
Right.
You don't have to self-insulate and go too crazy with it, but Kyle Allen, what value does he bring to your team? What does he do that Mitch Trubisky couldn't do? Nothing. Shane Bussell behind him. So if that's your number 2 because Josh goes down, then what? I'm tired of him. That's what thing that hurts me more than anything. When they say if Josh goes down, we're cooked. Why do we go into the season thinking that?
Right.
You got all the time in the world to make this right. Got all the time in the world to come up with a succession plan if it doesn't go. You don't have to win a Super Bowl without Josh. You don't have to win a Super Bowl without James, because these two are symbiotic. Whether you want to admit it or not, they're symbiotic players.
Yep.
And just because they're not playing doesn't mean you guys say, oh, well, that's the reason why. That shouldn't buy anybody their job. That shouldn't buy anybody a second chance, because you got to have foresight. Other teams have foresight, and who was it? Gardner Minshew was behind what? Was he behind Mahomes last year?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Would you take Gardner Minshew over Kyle Allen? I would. As a backup, I would. But the thing is, the Bills are like, we got a lot of versatile guys. We got a lot of depth players. And people talk about the depth is the problem. See, my thing is I want to fight for the top because whoever loses that battle is your depth.
Exactly.
Terrell Bernard shouldn't be penciled as your starter. Bring in somebody that can knock him off his plane. Everybody say Eeyore or Caleb Edom's or whatever you want to call him. If he does it, give him a fair shot because whoever really wins that wins it. The next person is the depth. Christian Benford. If IGB's better, guess what? He should get the job. If Kilgore's better than CJ, guess what? Just cut CJ because he's gonna burn this team to the ground.
Right.
So but the thing is, people draft for depth. No, you draft for starters because your depth was bad. But if your starters are good, but they're not great, guess what? They make excellent depth. Excellent. You didn't pay Rousseau anywhere near top defensive end money. Why is he safe? You didn't pay Terrell Bernard anywhere near top tier linebacker money. Why is he safe? Why do these guys, Christian Benford, why are they safe? They have to compete.
Yep.
And they preach competing, but they never actually do it. They keep trotting the same guys out. See, that's the thing. Brandon Beane, we know what happened last year. We got to fix it. Well, guess what? Didn't Christian Benford get hurt? Didn't Trey White get hurt? Didn't Max Harrison get hurt? Fix it. Because you can't wait around and hope for them to be successful or be healthy. You can't wait for guys to get their heads out of the button, learn how to play against the run, learn how to play against the pass, learn how to do something they couldn't do. You know what they can do because you self-scouted. Now fix that. Don't tell me the last memory is your first memory because I remember how we lost it. No, I don't care about that. That's in the past because that's not going to happen again. The team is going to beat you differently because if that was the case, Kansas City would beat us 13 seconds every year from then on. They beat us differently.
Yep.
Every year.
Yep.
So play your game the best. Make your team the best you can make it,
Exactly.
and then go compete with the other team. That's the only way to do it.
Yep. Tommy said the Bengals GM knows what it takes to win games, huh? I mean, would you not rather have the receivers they have right now over anybody we have? I mean, what are we talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Like the rumor is they're on the verge of trading for Kyle Pitts. Would you not take Kyle Pitts over any of the tight ends that we have right now? I mean, Chase Brown is kind of on par with James Cook. Kind of. Not as fast, but shifty guy that can catch the ball, that can make plays in the pass game. Same style of running back. They've made some investments on the offensive line. They've definitely made some investments at pass rusher. They have two good linebackers that they drafted. They have two of the faster corners in the NFL that they drafted over the last couple of years, in Dax Hill and DJ Turner out of Michigan. Like they are doing a much better job of restoring youth to the defense that has actual talent while still maintaining what makes the team great, which is wide receiver play, quarterback play, winning through, winning in the scheme that their head coach likes to use. Now, the reason why I keep bringing the Bengals into these conversations is they've been to a place that the Bills can't seem to get to, which is the Super Bowl,
right? And
almost beat the Matt Stafford led Rams. You know what I'm saying? Like it took a no-look pass for them to get us to get the go-ahead touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real.
Yeah.
It took Matt Stafford playing out of his mind in that game to beat that Bengals team. That Bengals team not only did we lose in the 13 seconds game, but that Bengals team then went on and beat that same 13 seconds team in Kansas City to get to a Super Bowl. Something that we haven't been able to do 5 different times.
Right.
So I don't want to sit here and pretend like the Bengals need to be some laughingstock joke just because they haven't made the playoffs. Every single year that they haven't made the playoffs is because Joe Burrow has had a significant injury in which he's missed 5 or more games. Go look at the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
That matters. It's the equivalent of the Bills not having Josh Allen for 5 or more games. You think we're making the playoffs? No.
Not the way they built it.
Not the way they built it. So let's not get it twisted. The Bengals with a healthy quarterback are the same as the Bills with a healthy quarterback. We just have had the better luck of the two.
Yep. And Tommy is going to call Damar Hamlin practice squad, maybe, but I bet you if he wasn't hurt last year, he would have saw the field on those crucial downs.
Yeah.
I bet you he would have saw something on that field last year. I know I think he had about 50 special team snaps, but that's it. Oh, he had 12 regular snaps. What else you got?
You know what I don't got?
Well, I thought you made a great point when you're talking about who would you rather have over Kyle Pitts. I mean, obviously the tight ends, I love Dawson Knox. That's the only one I would probably say, give it to me.
Yeah.
But the only thing I can tell you right now is the one thing that you can't top is the fresh, refreshing crack of that Reese's tea. When you crack it, you immediately you smell invigorated. You smell better about yourself. You feel like you're 20 years younger. I feel like I'm 22 again because that Reese's tea makes me feel young, youthful, reinvigorated, not sleepy, irresponsible even, if you like that. Don't take my word for it, though. Go get some for yourself. Get yourself a case. The individuals, we don't do those anymore. Those are for babies. Those are for babies. You're going to get one. You're going to get two. You saw me at the draft party. How many beers did I drink? You're going to drink at least that many. At least. But be by a bathroom because it's going to run through you. I can tell you that right now. No, just kidding. But get yourself over to Reed's description and link in the link in the description below. Let them know that the people at Postpodium Podcast sent you and send you some of the good stuff. The Reed's people will not disappoint you, and neither will we.
Shoot. I just realized I didn't do this. Bam. Okay, so there it is. All right. Oh man, it's on the screen. I gotta blow it up a little bit. Bam. I need that to be a little bit bigger. Bam. All right. Hopefully you can see it behind me there. Hi Mike High Tech has come on as a sponsor of the show, and every episode now is brought to you by Hi Mike High Tech. We wouldn't be here. I'm so serious. We would not be able to do this show if it wasn't for him. We had so many issues the first couple of years with laptops and computers. Those of our people, folks in the chat that have been with us long enough, they will tell you. Go ahead and put it in the chat. Like, yeah, they used to be terrible. That the show would cut out, audio would be terrible, all that kind of stuff. We're pretty much streamlined now, where everything works the way it's supposed to work. Why? Because I've placed several phone calls to Hi Mike High Tech to come in and make sure that everything was working exactly the way it should. We've upgraded our equipment the way we needed to upgrade it, done all the stuff that we need to do to be able to bring this product to you consistently the way that we have. And we have Rich at Hi Mike High Tech to thank for that. So if you have any technical needs, questions, concerns, upgrades, computer builds, whatever the case may be, HiMikeHighTech.com is where you want to go. I want to welcome all of the new people in the chat that joined us today. I want to make sure I get it. I feel like Black Panther has been here before. If not, then welcome. And there was one more that I saw for sure that stuck out. Church boy Greg, welcome to the show. Just so y'all know, for those of you that chatted for the first time today, you are in the PPP family now. Welcome. But
Hi, cuz.
just so you know, there ain't no getting out. There's no getting out after that. Folks that are in the chat will tell you that's it. It's over with. With that being said, we got to get the music going so we can get out of here. Here we go. That was really loud. I apologize for that. Listen, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Make sure you make that thing so that you can get notifications when we send notifications. I will be recording a video with Arthur Motes and Tommy tonight at 8 p.m. I think that usually comes out like a day after or two. So make sure y'all go check for Arthur Motes and the content that he's got going on right now on his channel. Aside from that, we will be back with you live Friday from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. A lot of good stuff coming that day. That I wanted to do some more research on the collusion thing with the book that DeMaurice Smith put out. It's called Turf Wars. So we'll bring some more stuff to you on that on Friday. If you don't have anything else, bro. Okay, this has been the Postpodium Podcast, home of the All Truth, No Sodium Takes. I've been your co-host, Aramis.
Or Keys.
And y'all have a great night. Peace.